Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a review of Kamen Rider Agito Burning Form from Kamen Rider Agito, obviously. So I'm actually pretty excited about this figure because Agito is my favorite series and Burning Form is one of my favorite Agito forms. So now that you know a little more about me, let's get started with the review. Quick peek of the packaging, nothing too spectacular. Obviously you can see there's a picture of Burning Agito on the front. It's got his name, it's primarily red with some bit cracking pictures that sort of look like his chest, or it could just be pictures of his chest, I don't know. On the back, there's like a really cool, ominous image of him here on the back, and some poses and showing some of the stuff that comes with him. Very basic compared to a lot of the pose pictures you usually get, but really cool. So yeah, for what he comes with, pretty basic, not too much, but not too little. Wide arrangement of hands. You've got the closed fists, which I have on him. I just kind of kept them there because they look kind of right now. And then you've got a bunch of open hands here. For various poses, depending on what you want to do. And some holding weapons hands here, which are obviously here. I'm not going to bother pulling them out and show them close up because they all look pretty similar. And then you got here his blade-like weapon, and what's really neat is you have it in two modes. You have it sort of in its folded-up mode, where it's, you know, folded up. You can't unfold it, it's stuck like this. But it's very nicely painted. Really nice details on there. The red and silver paint looks really nice and shiny. You got these little compound jewels in there. So really neat. So if you want to pose them getting ready for battle. And then you have the opened version here, which has the same gray details except it's more open. That was great. That was some intelligent reviewing right there, right? So figure-wise, or detail-wise rather, this guy looks pretty good, I think. In my opinion, he looks pretty gorgeous. Like I said, I've always been a fan of the design. I think they did a really good job on it. The head sculpt looks great. Really nice paint on there. The red paint here looks good. The compound eyes look great on it. It's very nicely proportioned. It's not oddly small or oddly large. The detailing on his chest is very well done. The red's it's kind of dark, but it's got a nice shine to it. The camera is actually making it appear a little lighter than it appears in person. But very nicely done. The belt here is very nicely detailed. You got the compound there. The details are well done. You can see his sort of blades there look nice. You see his look how muscly his crotch is. Damn, that's really weird to talk about. But and then his legs are pretty bland. You know, she's got the plastic here. You can sort of see the muscle details they put into it. But overall, very nicely done detail-wise. Now, figure-wise, in terms of articulation, what else otherwise would there be? Solid figure, no loose joint problems, articulated well. I have heard problems about his arms breaking. I have not experienced it. Obviously, I wouldn't be here. Hopefully, I don't experience it in the next few minutes when I'm reviewing this. I did not see pictures of it. I've only heard about it. But I imagine it's from how close these are together. So, let's go over the articulation. You've got the standard ball joint stuff here. But this shoulder pad piece is so close to the chest piece, it frequently clashes with it. So if you were trying to move his arm really high up or something, and you didn't specifically make sure, like on this one it does it better. You can separate it so I can move it back and forth. But this one sticks really close to it, and I have a hard time getting it so I can twist it. I can definitely see, if you weren't aware of that, and you're like, hey, I want his arm to do this, the arm breaking, that might not even be the problem. Someone could come in here and be like, Dawson, you're an idiot, it was because of this. But regardless, I find that to be a problem and annoying, how close that is to it, so you can't fully get that range of motion. I mean, here you can, but it's still sort of difficult to deal with, and it's just kind of annoying. Like I said, it's nicely detailed here, but really annoying in terms of articulation. But he does have the same articulation as most Figuarts have possible. In the shoulder joint there with the ball joint. You got the double joint here, which is actually hindered by his own muscles, so that's his fault. You do have the swiveling, the nice ball joint on his wrists. His chest and waist have plastic in there. I just realized I didn't take that out because I never saw it. But the chest articulation is obviously hindered because it's one solid piece, but you can still do the waist articulation. I can't believe, look how embarrassing that is that I left the plastic in there. And I've been messing around with this guy for days. Anyway, I'll get that later. Right now, he's just, I don't know, he's got a hernia. I don't know. But I didn't notice it because the chest piece covers so much of it. Man, it wouldn't be a Dawson Rider review without a stupid mistake, wouldn't it? So anyway, nice articulation on the legs. Nice ball joint here. Swiveling. Double knee joint. You've got the nice ball joint down here for some solid range of movement. Depending on where you want to put it. The toe bends. Obviously, his head and neck are well articulated. So, like all Figuarts, obviously well articulated figure. The mold itself, I don't really experience, oh, his kneecap fell off, any loose problems at all. His legs and his arms and his chest and his head joints are all very nice and tight. It sounds so weird to say, but like I don't have any loose problems with it. It feels like a very solid figure mold. At times too solid with the chest piece. So yeah, overall, I am happy with the figure, personally. You have to be very careful with it, but in terms of my display piece, I'm very happy with it. Detail-wise, looks really good. The mold's really solid. I don't have any loose joint problems or anything. I don't really have any problems with the proportion of the mold, but definitely keep an eye out for your arms breaking on it, which is a huge drawback. I know of a few cases, so just keep that in mind, look into it a little bit, because for spending $30-ish on a figure, you definitely want to make sure it's something that you have good playability with. But it's still a good figure, just definitely keep an eye out, because I would hate for me or anybody else to spend that kind of money on a figure you're really looking forward to just to break it. Believe me, I've done it before on figures I've cared much less about. It's still always kind of a bummer on Figuarts. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. That can be an issue. But other than that, I found him to be a very solid figure, and I do enjoy him, especially since he's my favorite. One of my favorite forms, and I'm having an incredible hard time getting him to stand right now. There we go. But yeah, that about wraps it up. Till next time, make sure to check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangersandrambles.com. Till next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.